inside of a steel cage. Do I feel rappers? Nah, I only feel rage. Also a need to make a PSA to have a country swipe up artists and CS.
Alright, so we're finally here with YFame, Jersey, what up? Thank God. He made it. And of course you're tuning in the radio show SpokenFree ENT. We're doing this interview. We're in Bryant Park in lovely NYC. Picked an open space, someplace nice. It's sunny as hell. It's a beautiful day outside NYC. Wanted to get our interview together. I'm so happy you're here. You have no idea. He really is one of my favorite things to listen to on a daily basis, no lie. So the latest project, Somebody-ish Nobody. That's my joint. But Kid on the Bus is still my joint too. By the way, I had Los Perry, who just, matter of fact, picture up on Facebook together. That's us. He listened to both mixtapes and said he really likes what you do as well. So he wanted to let you know that.
Nice.
I had him listen to it. You're one of my recommendations in my email. I was like, yeah, listen to that. Alright, so on Somebody-ish Nobody, I must know. Because I listen. I was lyrically listening. Now, PSA is my head. I was walking down the street, I was like ready to push people out the way. Get out my way.
It's one of the more aggressive ones.
Yeah, man, he went hard. Y'all don't know what that sounds like. Go listen to that. That's an amazing track. Okay, so the Hewlett reference. I need to know. I need to know. Are we talking about Soulja Boy? Because I talk about him all the time. Like,
I mean, well, yeah. When I wrote the record, you know, I was feeling real. As you can hear, I was very angry at the industry, rap industry per se, and that was one of the main artists that I could not stand.
I'm glad you said that.
I know a lot of people feel the same way. Although you may not like his music, you have to respect the hustle. You gotta respect the hustle, and you know, I respect that. I mean, cause a dance on YouTube, getting millions of hits. I can't dance. Right. You won't see me dancing.
Right.
So I gotta respect him for that. You know, not many people can do that and make millions off of it.
Right.
So
absolutely.
You know, but yeah, the reference you heard was it was correct. You thought accurately.
Oh man, like, and I get amped because, you know, everybody knows on the radio show, I mean, I talk about everybody. I mean, I really do. And again, like you said, we never knock the hustle. It's always the content. It's the content. I get irritated with the content. It need to mean something. I mean, we can't just be wasting money in the studio all day with dances. I mean, that's cool every now and again, but don't come up with like 5 in 1 hour. That's just ridiculous.
Cut it some slack.
Another one, Taking Me Down, featuring Haiti the Poet, another favorite of mine. My favorite quotes from that are Underdog, I was never picked for a team, and Stay Humble cause I don't have money and nice rides. Now, I love that. I love that it's real. A lot of your music, that's what I love most about it, is the lyricism, the realness of it all, where it comes from a real place. My question is, like, how is it now? How are things now? Are you still like, I know you're still kind of the underdog, but I mean, you know, you kind of coming up. I'm happy for your success. Like,
yeah. Well, you know, it's not I ain't reached the full throttle yet. You know, so some things are still the same. I'm still humble. I still don't have a lot of money. Still not. I walk away.
Right. I feel you, me too.
You know, so
I tweeted that, and I took the bus.
See? You know,
keeping it real.
But you know, the situation's getting a little better, but you know, everything's still real. You know, gotta keep it real. And you know, when I do start having those things, they're gonna appear in my music. It's not gonna be the theme of my music once those things come, but they're gonna hear about it because it's in my life. It's my life. You know, so my life is an open book. I don't hide nothing. So
I heard that. Me either. Ain't got time for that. Let's see. Another joint, I guess, from that same mixtape before I move on to something else. I used to be on the floor. I used to be on the bottom. I worked my way to the top, and now my grind can't be topped. that's for all y'all out there. I just want y'all to know that's something to live by. Like, it's something to live by. If that's not something that's gonna motivate you, it motivates me every day. So when I'm outside doing my walk-in or going to my next interview or going to my next 9-to-5 day, I'm still out there grinding, and nobody can tell me different, and I would never tell you different, because I'm sorry, both of those make sense. So, I'm just so excited that you're here. I know it's like surreal on the low.
That's crazy.
Now, for the somebody-ish nobody, I love how you talk about making a major transformation in Honest. What advice to the young people that listen to your music? What's that sound like? What's the advice to them?
Just if you have a dream, don't let anybody tell you can't live out your dream. Just keep doing what you're doing. Even if, it could be anything. You wanna be a dancer, be a dancer. I mean, if you in school and you don't have a lot of friends, but you got a dream, don't worry about having friends. Go for your dream.
Right.
In the same song I talked about my former classmates, they rode past me and laughed because I was walking to my job. But, I was mad at first, but whatever, I brushed it off because they're not in my position now. What they're doing right now is probably on the street, selling whatever drug, or having sex with how many other chicks, I don't care, I don't know.
Right.
But they're not in my position, and they're not gonna do what I'm doing because they don't have my ambition, my passion, my drive, my determination. They don't have that. So people knocking you, just don't let it get to you. You know who you are. You know what you destined to be.
Amen to that. That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, Kid on the Bus. When did Kid on the Bus drop?
Kid on the Bus dropped March 2010.
So it's been hot since 2010 now. Favorite tracks off of that are January. Love that track. I think it's, I had tweeted once before, it paints an awesome picture. Like, just how difficult, it was dark. It's a dark song, but it's a beautiful dark song. So I definitely want y'all to check that out. Slum Circus, another one of my joints. I felt like real outcast with it. I really like that a lot. Moving Out, another one. You sample the classic in the background.
Shout out to Billy Joel.
Yes. Awesome track. Maria with the West Side Story. You dig, I love that. And I Ain't Going Back, which is another awesome one, which brings me to my next question. Now, we just talked about me and Ray, actually. What advice do you have to people who are in groups who outshine their other members? Because sometimes I've noticed that there are people who have groups and there's one person who's spectacular, but then you don't want to be a traitor to your group, to your crew, because you want them to come with you on your journey. Like, if they're not gonna, I guess, step up, what do you say to somebody who's put in their position? Because I'm sure that there were times where you were in situations where it was kind of a group situation.
It's a great question, because I actually last week I had to talk with my boys and I told them no matter what position I'm in, I don't want none of y'all to feel like y'all under me and I'm over y'all. We're equal. You bleed just like I bleed. So if you're in a group and if you close to those people and you love those people, make sure you, as much as you can, tell those people how much they mean to you, and don't let whatever situation contradict your relationship with those people. We all equal. We all humans. So I don't never get on the cockiness trait. This is not me. I'm a friendly person. So I don't like to exclude people, especially if you're close to me. I try to include you in everything. So, my advice is just keep telling those people how much they mean to you and embrace them, include them in what you do. Try not to exclude your people, bottom line.
What about if the skills are kind of like subpar? Like some MCs tend to have an ego about themselves. Like
Right.
even people within the group, you know what I'm saying? Like there might be two humble dudes, but there might be two dudes who like to be flashy or really want that dream. And then, you know, they come on the track and it's like, you know, I kind of like the other two dudes who were humble on the track. I really wasn't feeling what these cats are saying, but you know, I rock with it because, you know, I mess with the first two dudes as opposed to messing with it as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So what do you tell to somebody who's in a group where their members are kind of subpar in skill, not saying as a person, but subpar in skill when it comes to putting things like going to the studio, we're spending money to put these, you know, these awesome tracks down, and if it doesn't come all the way right, then are we still gonna push it anyway, or you know what I'm saying? Do we make them redo it?
Well, exactly how I do. I have a couple people like that I know, and I try to help them with whatever flaws they have. I try to, in some way, I try to enhance that, you know, because, you know, you're my boy, I'm going to look out for you. I'm going to tell you what's wrong, I'm going to tell you what I like, I'm going to tell you what I don't like, you know, that's just me, and I'm going to help you out. You know, you got flaws, I'm going to tell you what those flaws are, and me being the better one at those things, I'm going to tell you how to improve that.
Now, what research do you do to stay focused on your focus? As far as like music production, stuff like that. Like, what type of things do you look into to make sure that you stay current?
I'm really heavy on the internet, so I just, you know, I'm like, whether it's like music blogs or I get inspiration from everywhere, so it's like my research is living. You know, I don't really listen to the radio.
I stopped years ago.
Anytime I would hear something on the radio, if I'm walking and somebody's playing it out loud, or I'm taking a ride in somebody's car and the radio's on, I'm not going to turn the radio on.
Right.
You know, I flip it in my way of doing it though.
Right.
You know, so that's how that goes.
I don't listen to the radio either. Actually, I listen to all you unsigned artists. That's what I do. You don't motivate me. I don't listen to the radio. They got their money already. What books do you recommend? Because I know that you guys, you know, I don't think a lot of people realize how much of an intellectual person you have to be to be an MC. Like, especially what makes you a well-rounded, well-versed person. You have to. I'm sure that it comes from another place other than just listening to music. So what books do you recommend for people to read? Like, what have you read?
Well, I've read, what's it called? It's by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. I've read, not the whole thing.
Right.
Haven't read the whole thing,
Right.
but I've read some. When I was younger, I used to read the dictionary, just trying to learn different words. I like reading those high class magazines, like the you know, Forbes and all that. It just, like I said before, it just comes from living, paying attention, following directions, you know, just being a listener. You know, 'cause I'm not a really very talkative person. I like to sit back and observe the room. So I soak everything in, you know, and that's, you know, that's how I learn everything, just soaking stuff in. Yeah.
And last but not least, 2 questions left. What artist made you start your desire to become a lyricist? What is the epitome of YFame when YFame thinks about something and you know, this takes me all the way back to my first notebook. Like, who's that person?
Jay-Z, The Blueprint, 2001. What month did that come out?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But it's the first influence was Jay-Z. But then when Kanye West dropped, that's when I began to go out there. You know what I mean? Really just start getting on my lyricism like heavy, because that's one of my favorite artists. It's Kanye West. Eminem, Nas, you know, some of my favorites.
Those are good people. I can see that. I can see that. And if you had one thing to say to your appreciators after all that's already been said, what would you like to say to them? Just, to kind of top it off. And what's the cost? And what's the cost?
What's the well? You'll see what's to come. But to the listeners, man, I'm actually nothing without my listeners. It's like I can't express. I'm humble because of my listeners. I just, it's always been my dream to be a star, and you can't be a star without the people. So, I just want to say, thank you to the people. Thank you to everybody who download my mixtapes, go on my blog, go on my website. Just from the bottom of my heart. I can't really find perfect words. I would have to sit down and write a whole 3-verse song to express how appreciative I am of my fans. So, in a couple words, just thank you. Thank you. That's really all I have to say.
I got music in my blood and pain in my heart, fire in my eyes, and that's only the start. It feel like I'm being ignored, so I'ma kick down every goddamn door. Since I was younger, I've been teased, they made fun of my jeans. Underdog, I was never picked for a team.